Hi, beautiful Cappies. How are you? Ooh, look at that. Beautiful things coming up. My guides want me to show it to you. So, welcome back to Moonrise Cottage for your weekly reading. My guides are chattering. If you're new, welcome. It's wonderful to have you. And thank you so much for all my dedicated viewers. It is so wonderful to be here with you. And I always feel you when I'm spinning out the readings. So if you're new, I channel messages. I'm a highly clairvoyant. I have all the clairs a person, and my guides asked me to come to YouTube. It's going on 3 years now, which is shocking to me, to spin out the messages that were coming through to me. So I do my best, and we look at yourself. My guides are talking about yourself with a capital S this morning, and we look at your lover, your quantum partner. I think I'm here to serve everybody, but clearly, as this has evolved, my guides, that's where they're pointing the messages. So they want everybody to know this morning, reference last week's meeting. Oh, wow, they said meeting. To see what I mean? So my guides are really here to meet with you. I'm just the person who says the words, and I do my best. So I'm going to jump right in. All the information about me is below. Most of you know I'm going to get in my car and head out of here in just about, gosh, it's coming up on 10 days. I'm starting to feel a little, whatever, in the pit of my stomach. So, Capricorn, most of you know that you have Pluto in your first house is coming closer into conjunction with Saturn. There are other planetary aspects, my guides are saying, that contribute, and they want to continue to speak with you about your self, capital S. So if you look at the cards that are here, that is Pachamama from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So what's coming through, often you'll experience me hesitating, or there's just sometimes a fire hose of information coming, and then I have to translate it sometimes into English. So basically the message today is the message continues to deepen. They want to continue to honor you in the ways that you've been honored by them. And they're talking about channeled information. They want you to know that through me and lots of other places, obviously, there is information along with energy and love and support channeling through to you in every moment. And anytime you feel troubled, take a pause. Allow yourself to connect in because it is there if you need it. So Pachamama represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals. She is the goddess of the earth, also known as Gaia, who pervades all creation on our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body. The joy and pain that we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. So now is the time to eat right, love right, be joyous, regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. And they're saying, we know that's a tall order. It's a reminder to remind yourself. I actually literally just had this conversation with one of my quantum partners about a half an hour ago. So I'm glad to see this is coming out. It's important, especially in times of lack of clarity or fear or anxiety or strife, whatever it may be, confusion, overwhelm. Remind yourself to pause. Teach yourself. My guides are saying, teach yourself to pause and reset into the joy place. Oh, I'm getting all choked up, as I always do when I read for you, Capricorn. So be grateful. You are invited to relish each breath. Embrace your joy and your pain equally. Do not give one dominion over the other. They are both pieces of information for you to explore. It is in this way you can discover love through both. So, quite lovely. There's an enormous amount of reverence coming through again for you. From the Journey of Love, we have this beautiful card again, and I'm pretty sure this is almost exactly what was going on last week. So if you didn't see it, go check. That is Shifting Universe. And we can see Pachamama, looking directly into it. And it is the way they look into each other, my guides are saying. My guides are talking again about your power and the ability you had to choose to be here for the moments that are unfolding, sitting in this power holder position while all this great shift and change is going on. So there's more unfolding. As you know, things are shifting, and there's a very reverent way that you have the capacity to join your heart and mind with the shift that's going on and be in a quiet place with yourself. So there's, again, fire hose of information coming through. My guys are saying, I'm going to hold this up again. Look into the image and take your instructions from that. Okay? Very deep, kind of non-language things coming through. So relevant to that, here's the reason. You've seen this a lot in the last few years. We all have. Because we've all been going through these massive transformations, shift and change. This is about jumping empty-handed into the void. That is the goddess of sacrifice. She bestows the amulet of the initiate. This is the theme of the reading from my guides. Look at that. Do you see the energy in your hand? That's what you're receiving. And you have been blindfolded. You've been doing this leap into the void thing ever since Pluto came into your first house. And things are intensifying and churning, my guides are saying. And it's very interesting. They asking me to have you note the colors in the card, because this is the energy of, okay, they want it over here for some reason, because that person has your back, your quantum partner. It's fire and ice. All right. So we'll get there. And they also, I think last week you had this, or in the last couple of weeks, you're just mirroring each other. There's somebody around you. Ooh, look what happened. They wanted me to put it up there. Do we want to keep it there, Spirit? Yes, they do. So we're going to leave that right there. I want to read to you about this earth card, the energy that your partner holds. And it's very similar. Earth represents the gift of life. It is related to the body of the planet, the human body, and nature herself. We're reminded by this symbol, meaning the illustration, that all creatures are born of the earth and human beings are stewards of all life on this planet. It refers to what we make of it: health, wealth, security, grounding, solidity, and stability. It reminds us that the world of form is a gift from the spirit, and it needs to be treated with respect. It represents a need to focus on reverence and appreciation for all the natural gifts. The concrete world that you inhabit is only by the grace of spirit, and you are part of it. Much can be accomplished when you focus on compassionate reverence and service to the world. So I'm going to leave that at that, because clearly that's where you and your partner are at. And I'm very happy to know, Capricorn, that you have somebody in your life that holds this energy. Okay, so this has never happened before. So fire and ice. Okay, it's interesting the way my guides are talking about this. So basically the message that they want to speak about is the shifting universe, the way you hold the energy for the changes. And you see how knowing this person looks? Just very reverent, very peaceful, very aware, looking into all the shift and the changes going on. And it does bring forward an initiation. And what my guides are talking about this morning is it is the understanding that you have as a sentient being here, as a spirit walker, okay, I get it. Thank you, Spirit. This is not about your partner. This is about the fact that you've partnered with all the earth, and the way you have this reverence. You've become a seer. You see into what's happening, and you see that all the earth is going through this now. Everyone here. That's why they want it as the theme of the reading. Okay? So, Spirit, what would you like? Yeah. Okay. They're telling me I can put it back now. I think I wasn't going to get that message out unless I made that little mistake. So thank you, Spirit. So when we have the shifting universe, of course we have fire and ice. Look at that. See those two beautiful figures watching that which is meant to burn away, ignite, and the beautiful light that comes forward, and all the blue coloration and purple transformation using love energy. So, whoever you're with has the ability to stand here with you like this in these moments. Whether it's your best bestie, oh my guys just said, or your grandmother, there is somebody present in your life. So if you've not identified that person, it's really important that you do so now, because you are really going to be feeling, if you have not yet, you are going to be feeling this shifting universe. I think you're literally going to be feeling it in your body. If you can, it's time to start taking good care of yourself. Get a massage. You may literally feel aches and pains as we go into this moment. So what's happening what's happening is I'm getting a channeled message. They're talking to me about the Titanic, and they're giving me the sound in my head of what it is to hit an iceberg in a ship. And in terms of hearing, you may actually hear it. Maybe that's it, Spirit. So I think your intuition's going to be on high. You may know things that you don't understand. It is about jumping into the mystery. As we shift and change and go further into our future, of course, that's the Strength card. It's important to follow the energy. That's what that rabbit is about. Follow the energy. There's a sacred goddess. She's holding the sword of victory. She holds a soul on her lap. She's bathed in light. You see the vines that grow around her and the beautiful sacred couple in the top corner. So let me just show you. I was shuffling. My guides told me stop right there. So we are talking, I'm here to do a love reading. We're talking about the widest aspect of love. Okay? Capricorn. You and your lover, for sure. That's the Emperor. It's the placement into which you are moving. That's why we see this here like that. It's about you mastering the energy, mastering yourself, being really solid and stable, because you have the capacity to be this in your life and for the people around you. So basically my guides are just wanting to alert you in a sense. And here's the other cards that came out. I had put them aside, so we'll dive in. Wanting to alert you. And just, they're saying, give it to you straight up. While you go through your days. And these things that are unfolding, giving the pressure that's happening, and the way that Schumann's resonance is increasing kind of off the charts at times, we're going to feel a lot of pressure. We're going to feel a lot of intensity. We're going to be jumping into the void. So I think because of this Pisces full moon, now we're coming into Libra new moon, balance. The energies are there. There's a lot of shift and change. It looks like that. My guys are talking about Picasso. Okay. It's that kind of a painting. You have the capacity to understand it on a philosophical level, I guess, spiritual level, while you're performing your efforts in love with whoever it is that clearly there's somebody here that can really support you, and they mirror you. They understand you in a way that's incredibly beautiful, and they have their own being. They have their own life, their own energy. So I think you have found someone that mirrors you and the changes that are going on here. And it is the blending of these energies between the two of you very clearly. Look at that. That's the Eight of Wands. It's a mythical story about a couple who went through some challenges. They were able to join their energies together. So there's a dual message coming out. Understand. Ask your partner for support. Support each other while you come into this place of mastery, right? So in this deck, the Emperor is the keeper of harmony. And so that's your task going forward while Pluto does its work. If you go down into the depths of yourself and become calm. Be very zen in these days that we're going to be sailing through. All right. Because now the fulcrum, the cats are talking about the fulcrum point, right? Leverage, etc., from the universe is creating this. And you're carrying it because you are strong. That's the empowerer of will. Okay, the strength card. Bonded together with the emperor, bonded together with everyone here on the earth. I really believe it. And clearly you have someone really special in your life. And they come in this moment. Look, I love it. Do you see this aligned with the sacred initiate? It's about balancing. All right. Dialogue of knowledge. So my guides are here to speak to you clearly about this, to have a dialogue with you about the knowledge that you hold. Some of you aren't feeling ready. Some of you may feel some anxiety. You may feel frightened. Understand there's nothing to worry about, because do you see the universe right there? They're pointing to destiny. They're here with me to talk with you today. Yes, destiny's turning. They're here to give you full acknowledgement and to basically say, don't worry. You are in the right place. You do have the capacity. We're going to be here to help you as we travel down this next part of the road. All right? So do your best to rededicate yourself. Okay, hang on. They're asking me to do something for you. So be in these places of power. Do not shrink back from your power. Do not question your power. It does not require you to be rigid, because when we are rigid, we break. That's why there's a chessboard in the middle of this. It's about the strategy that you create in your own life, that the universe is creating. Okay, they want me to read this too. Hang on a second while I find the page. So be mindful of that. All right, be mindful that you're growing into this place of strength now because you need it. Pardon me. Very clearly in these days. Bond yourself in a joyful, open way with whoever your partner or partners are, okay? It is what's going to help you come into the correct place so that you can be open and vulnerable and therefore strong. That's why we see both here. There's the emperor. There's something that you just know, and yet you're in another new place and destiny's turning. So the keeper of harmony is about leadership, administration, stability, the harmony of orderly peace, independence, autonomy, authority, fatherhood, intelligence, benevolence, and self-assurance. So those are all the things that they want you to be engaged in as we go through these days, okay? So the dedicator of lore, it is about serene submission to one's life pattern. Because you are involved in dedicated service to a higher cause or calling. This is a period of waiting and transition. It shows the goddess of sacrifice bestowing the amulet upon the initiate. So the dedicator of lore makes a willing sacrifice to become one with the lore of his or her tribe in order to be a transmitter of wisdom. This principle is one that many students, spiritual initiates, pardon me, and heroes undergo in order to be worthy lore keepers, and you are asked to ponder what duties arise from your beliefs. So there's just an acknowledgement, a desire to be supportive. All right, so the next card that jumped out while I was shuffling the deck, yeah, this one. I love the way this is coming out. That's a 10 of Cups. In this deck, it is a quest of art. How is it that we find ultimate joy and happiness? How is it that we see ourselves emerging? That is the salmon of all wisdom. So we're seeing you emerge. More and more, your energy emerges into this place. And that's, my guides are saying, that's you, of course, seeing yourself. But again, they're talking about all of humanity coming into this discovery place. And there's the first card on the spiritual realm. 2 of Cups. So again, they're talking about all of humanity. There's something about, okay, so they're telling me, so that's Merlin, most of you know. He is transforming, he's healing. And he's doing it with the sacred goddess. See? Sacred feminine energy. So make sure you have some of that in your life, or that you bring both halves of yourself into balance, because this ultimately is about balance, sharing cups and coming into a temperance moment with another individual. So the full moon cycles are going to be really important for you as we continue to go forward. You are being given a healing by the universe, because in these moments you need your strength. See? So just understand that whoever you are engaging with, it's a very spiritual union. And that's the place in which you should focus as much as possible, and given a day to day. Let yourself just understand this. It's sacred love. And this is the love story between you and the universe as well. That's what my guides are talking about. Chattering, 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 sort of in an unending way. So, Spirit, let's see, what's that? Give us one more. They're saying this one. Yeah. Ooh, Cappies. Because we've seen this a lot too. Look. Ten of Swords. There's a cycle ending because something new is meant to begin. Do you see the sun coming up? That's souls in a boat adrift on the ocean, unable to find or reach the shore, and it's right there. So again, if you have challenges in your love relationship, know it's about healing. Acknowledge when you feel adrift with each other. It'll strengthen your bond and your trust and your love for each other. And again, they're talking about humanity. Understand, oh boy, understand how you are bonded with the earth, with all the inhabitants of earth, with your energy. Take really good care of yourself, because we're sailing into some challenging days. We're going to get through it. It's going to be fabulous. That's the adventure of battle. That's a Seven of Swords. So, we see, they're talking again about humanity. All right, you see that heart chakra wounding in that dove? That's King Arthur. He's protecting himself. He's playing a game. You see that chessboard? Look, he's playing a game with his cousin. Cousin's cheating. And eventually, Arthur asks him to stop. He knows what's going on. And this person doesn't have the capacity to stop. And he gets up and he smashes the chessboard and he walks away. That's the short story. So these are the days that are going to present these energies to you. It's going to be very important, I think, for you to be in yourself so that you can manage them, because here's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. It's going to affect you, literally, and you will have to be really strong and kind and loving to yourself and between you and your partner. Stay in the sacred place and know that you are bringing this energy. You're going to have victory. This is a transition moment. These people do find the shore. Clarity does come. It's going to be through some difficult adventures. Last week, the water signs had a rough week. A lot of them. I looked all over YouTube to see, is it just me that what's going on? And no, it was everywhere. Okay, the devil kept coming up, and the Seven of Swords kept coming up. So again, shifting universe. You may feel these energies. You may be letting go of things and or people that don't work for you anymore. You don't feel safe around them. Take the correct course of action. You say, please cut it out. And if they don't, you're going to walk away from people, because you're not going to be in a place where you're going to be able to energetically tolerate. Okay, my guides just said that guff. Yeah, look. Okay, that's the Five of Cups. So some of you may be experiencing difficulties in your love relationship. It's time to be strong. Check what your strategy is. Know that you're on a quest. Whatever your difficulties are, they can show you the way. So we all know what Five of Cups is about. This is literally a story about a king who was fighting a battle and forced the trees of the forest to help him fight. It's interesting. So definitely some challenges in love. And it may be just because the energy is transferring itself, moving around. We're all going to experience all of these things. So perhaps because we have you in the South Node with Pluto in your first house, these issues are going to come up in order to be resolved, so that you can let go of the things that don't serve you and stop focusing on all the troubles. Okay, and no offense, wow, Spirit, They're sort of saying, stop focusing on all those horrible things that you had to go through when you had Pluto in your first house. Bring things to order. Disassociate from people who are not serving you. Understand that those people who are feeling fear and lack of clarity may not be in their highest order at the moment. Okay? So you are coming to a place where you've done a lot of introspection, a lot of work about all the things that have happened, all the things that have gone wrong. And now it's time to pick up those 2 cups that remain, walk across the bridge of your life, because the universe is shifting and you're meant to be in a very peaceful place. So if you're having troubles in your love relationship, I'm sorry to hear that, but take a look at the cards that indicate love, the highest order of love. So I think clearly some of you are challenged, and it may feel like the end. I believe it's a cycle that many of you are going, my guys are saying yes, many of you are going through a cycle on a spiritual level to bring order back to your love life. That's why this is here. And you are learning. You're coming into a higher wisdom, higher level of order within yourself. So if you're having challenges and you really know you love this person, it's a time for, okay, my guys keep saying, reparations. So maybe while you've been going through your struggles, Capricorn, maybe some of you have felt a little adrift. It caused you to be a little bit dishonest or not present. Right? One of the worst things you can do in a relationship is to be unpresent. So get with yourself, get with your sweetheart, reveal all your truth, work through it so that you can take those 2 cups, those 2 cups, and those 2 cups, and walk away from the things that have been troubling you, okay? So let's see what's going on with your partner. The guys have been talking about this little deck, so I'm going to look. Yep. Okay, so everything I just said, my guys are saying yes. Do that stuff. All right, so there are factors of awakening here. Look how gorgeous. Look how gorgeous. Look. All right, you got somebody in your sphere offering you their cup of love. They are going through an awakening as well. And look, 9 of Swords, but it's reversed. It's a moment when you can really repair something. There may have been some difficulties. You are the seagull. So when the water sign energy gets all, the guys are talking about how tumultuous it was. It does affect you. All right. So 3 of Cups. It's a time when you can come to celebration again about this love. Because the moment for all this anxiety, your partner's moving on from that. They are being awakened because you are being awakened. That's how connected you are. You literally affect each other. And those of you who are in quantum partnerships, you know. There's the World card. Look. Moving forward, the Chariot, the Fool, right? Taking a leap into this love one more time because you might feel like a fool, but there's something that you know, and your partner knows too. So let yourself sail through these challenges, okay? Okay, one more card. My guys want one more. See that? So they want it like this. They want you to know that the time for celebration is here. Awakening is happening. It's time when you can put down the anxieties. This is your partner. Understand there's a whole new world coming forward, and there is. It's time to take a leap of faith into each other again, to move this love energy. That's what your partner wants. They want to offer you their love despite the anxieties, despite the fact that they've had challenges just as you have, to create what they know is possible and to move forward with this love. They want to celebrate it. They want to take the leap. So my guides are saying they want this on this side of the picture because they want you to understand, as an earth sign, the way you can go deep. And I do think many of you are connected with earth signs, some of you with water, I think. So let yourself go deep inside. Use the power of the Hermit. Okay, Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. Just see what's going on in this reading. Take all the power and all the zest that you have and celebrate the love and allow yourself to understand that by looking into the deepest aspects of love, you will understand each other and you will understand the shifting universe and the fire and ice moments that you have. Okay? So focus on the love, don't focus on the troubles. Capricorn, have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for being who you are and for being a volunteer in this universe to come here. The guides are really loving you and they want you to feel secure in your love relationship if at all possible. Things are always going to come up. It's for our greater good if we can understand it, embrace it, and have the mindset of victory. Okay? While you continue to emerge and shift and change. Okay, Capricorn, have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you next week. My guides are just sending you love. They're continuing to tell me to tell you to know that they are with you in every moment. Just reach out, call on them, and they're going to show up. All right. Take a moment, please. Click the like button. It really does help my channel. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, Cappy.